Hi, preschool leaders. We're preparing for March 7th in our series called Because He Lives. In this series, we've been taking a look at Holy Week and all the activities that Jesus faced throughout Holy Week to prepare for his death and resurrection. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Jesus' teaching in Matthew, Mark, and Luke, and where he was questioned, where the last week we celebrated that everybody was excited that he was king, and now the religious leaders are like, wait a second, something's weird about this, and they started questioning him and really tried to stick it to him, in other words, with their questions of Jesus. And through these things, this is where where everything started boiling up, so that people could accuse him of something he never did. And I think some of us can understand watching the events of the days right now. So your Bible lesson today is Jesus was questioned. And one of the questions they asked him, they were trying to stump him and see if he truly was what he was saying he was, or if he was just making things up. And their question to him was, what command is most important? And what they were hoping to get him to say was what they, as the Pharisees, had begun to teach people. They wanted him to give their answer, or they wanted to trick him so that they would have to have the right answer. But because he's Jesus, he saw through everything that was going on, and he was able to redirect their question and give a much better answer than many of us would in that setting, likely. So you have some fun activities to do with your kiddos. You have your game, your video that you can watch on your Roku channel. You have your worship songs. You have some fun movement songs. There's also some fun Easter games. Your little ones might be a little too young for it, but if you want to try it, you're welcome to. You also have this fun scavenger hunt game. You have a bucket full of every object that is on your list. So get one of your helpers to help you hide all of those things before the kids get in there. Or you can tell them all to close their eyes. They love this game. And then ask kids either two at a time, depending upon how many you have, or one at a time, or whatever, to go and find those objects and then celebrate together. This game has no necessary point to it except for you to build a common shared experience with the kids so that they can begin to trust you. So have fun with that fun Easter game. Then your small group activity, you have a paper that looks like this, a sheet of heart stickers. You also have some heart stampers, if that's easier for your kiddos, depending upon who's in your group. Each kid gets one of each of these things, a whole sheet of stickers, a picture with a J on it. And then there's enough stampers there that they can take turns using the stampers. Let's hold on to the stampers so that we can reuse them for other activities if they are still working. What they're going to do is fill in their J with a heart, with all of their heart stickers. And what this helps us remember is Jesus's answer to the big question that the people were asking him. What command is most important? And Jesus said to love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all of your strength. And to love others as yourself, he says. And so Jesus was able to speak with wisdom because he was God. The rest of us, we try really hard. I know I try really hard to be wise, but I am not wise like Jesus could possibly ever be wise. And the one thing that they are going to continue to have issues with, which leads to Jesus's death, is that he continued to claim that he was God, and they didn't like that because they were looking for an earthly king. And so you can talk about that a little bit with your kiddos as they're decorating their J. You have some coloring pages if you'd like to spend some time, some extra time coloring and using coloring pages. Totally up to you as a small group leader. The kids can take home their J at the end of the day. And then there's also some great discussion questions on here. And I realize you have little kids and they're not quite ready to have a big discussion on this. But what those discussion questions and the first part of your leader guide does is it helps give you a perspective on what it is that everybody's talking about as we talk about this lesson today. Babies through 5th graders are talking about the exact same thing on the same day. You have the exact same discussion questions that the older kids will be talking about. And so you can begin to talk about possibly even tricky questions. What is a tricky question and what makes something tricky? Or when you feel tricked, what does that look like? And so use some of these to help give them some of the language so that when we begin in kindergarten through 5th grade to have these discussions, they'll have the language to be able to use and understand what's going on. Thank you so much for leading. I love you guys. We'll see you soon.